this contest, and round 850-72, the problem C, the very beautiful bucket. We have already run A and B. Now let's see. In this, you have given T number of test cases, a number N and M. You have to create a blanket of size N cross M. You have to create a matrix of size N cross M, such that the conditions should follow. That conditions are this. Some conditions should follow, and then for following these condition, you might like, it's not that you don't require some elements to be equal, but you can think of it as like you sometimes you will require basically what you have to return CNT. What is CNT? CNT is the count of the maximum number of different numbers in a matrix. So you want all the numbers in a matrix to be unique. So how can you maximize that? Actually, if I tell you, the straightforward answer is that you can always have the maximum values N cross M. You can always have all the different numbers, right? But the thing doesn't stop over here. You have to print those N cross M numbers, like which you are using to build this matrix, such that the condition follow. So now let's talk about the condition. Is that every 4 cross 4 submatrix, you know what is submatrix in a matrix? Every 4 cross 4 submatrix should be a good. What is good submatrix? A good submatrix, good, yeah, of size 4 cross 4. Let me show you what it is. It is basically when you follow some condition, you cannot, like, you can see it from here. Let me tell you what is actually. So top left corner of 4 cross 4 XORed with top, XORed with the bottom. Let's say I'm keeping only 4 by 4 for now, right? So remove the first. Yeah, so basically in this multiple 4 cross 4, so first let me do partitioning kind of thing. So this is the partitioning for separating out 4 cross 4 submatrix, right? So let me partition it perfectly. And yeah, this is 4 cross 4 submatrix. Remove the last row, which is fifth row. Also just one enter would work, right? Yeah, so this is the 4 cross 4, 1 2 3 4, and 1 2 3 4, 4 cross 4 submatrix, as you can see. And if you want to thoda sa, yeah, now it looks perfectly fine. Now the thing is that condition. Now let me break some partitions over here also. So this and this, and again if I, again if I press enter over here, and then you will see this is actual. What is 4 cross 4? 4 cross 4 starts from this over, from this point, and ends at this point. Now this 4 cross 4 is divided into 4 parts. So let's say like 4 cross 4 na, A1 A2 A3 A4, and then you have yeah, that was good. Instead of like, this was good. So let's see from this point of view. So yeah, I think this should be fine. Now the thing is, like, obviously these are not repeating. So you have, this is our first row, let's say A, then you have B1, B2, and then you have B3, and then you have B4, and then you have C1, just to make all this number different. It's not like this B is some kind of sequence, C is some kind of sequence. No, they are independent of each other. And D1, D2, D3, and D4. So the condition is A1 XOR, this is the sign for XOR, A2 XOR with B1 XOR with B2 should be equal to, must be equal to C3 XOR C4 XOR D3 XOR D4. This condition first, this condition must hold true. Second, another condition must hold true. Like, both of the condition must hold true. Consider the primary variable if these are true. Yeah, both must be true. That's what I'm telling you. So you could have seen from there also, one means first row first element, second first row second element, but over here I just draw. So now the next condition is A3 XOR. Basically, what is this? First condition is nothing but top left, top left XOR with, no, basically top left XOR should be equal to bottom right XOR. That's what they mean, bottom right, which means this. And the second condition is top right should be equal to bottom left. Bottom left, and you can already guess what is bottom left. Bottom left is this C1, C2, D1, D2, and what is top right? Top right is this A1, A3, A4, B3, B4. Now, that's what you need to do. How to do this? Basically, you have to create a matrix in which all 4 cross 4 submatrix follow this condition. So this is an observational based problem. So how would I say this? First, let's consider you place 0 and you have to go row by row. 0, 1, 2, 3. This would be your first row. What would be your second row? Basically, we know one condition that that 2 raised power x, any 2 raised power x thing, and 2 raised power x plus 1 thing. What are their XOR? How they look like? Every 2 raised power x looks something like this: 1, 1, and in so many, like, yeah, any number of zeros. And how 2 raised power x plus 1 looks like? This looks like this: any number of this plus 1. Now, the thing is this: the XOR between these two is just 1, right? So that's what we will be trying to create. So I would pick my A1 to be, let's say, 0, then 1, then 2, and then 3. Hmm. Then I would pick this to be some 2 raised power this, right? Now this can be case that, okay, what if there are some 6 elements? So I would start this from the, not from the nearest 2 raised power, but for now let's consider I'm starting from the nearest power of 2, which is 8. After 6, the next power of 2 is 8. I'm just filling in continuous kind of manner, right? So then 8, then 8 plus 1, which is 9, then 10, then 11, then so on, so on, so on. 12, the 13. There would be a problem in this. There would be a problem in this, which maybe you guys have thought, or let me show you. So now you not start with 14, you start with 16. With this plus one, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay. So for now, there is no problem in this. I think let's see whether there is problem or not first. Let's see that. For that, you should have first 4 columns. So 21 after 21, what is the next power of this? 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Now let's try to take out 4 cross 4 some matrix. So first 4 cross 4 some matrix. What is the top left? Top left is 1, 0, 1, 8, 9. So XOR between 0, 1 is 1. XOR between 8 and 9 is again 1. So it will become 0. Now let's see what is the XOR between the bottom right. Yeah, 8 and 19 and 34 and 45. So 18 and 19 would be something. So 18 and 19, what it looks like? Does it look like this? 2 raised power 1 plus may 2 raised power 3, 4. Yes. And 19 looks just like this: 1, 1. Yeah. So you will get XOR as 1. Now 435, I think that should also be very fine. So 32 looks like this, and this is 34, I think. 2 raised power 2 plus 2 raised power 5, which is 32 plus 2, 4, 34. Yeah. And the next one looks like this 1. So XOR is again 1. So you'll get 0, right? So first thing is satisfied. Let's take the second thing. 2 and 3. The XOR is 1. We know. We know 2 and 3 XOR is 1. 10 and 11. We know XOR is 1. Yes or no? XOR is 1. 1 and XOR 1, again 0. 16 and 17 XOR is 1. 32 and 33 XOR is 1. 1 or 1 XOR is 0. So again, this is satisfied, but there can be possible scenario that this can be up to 400, right? The total number of, not 400 but 200 total number of columns in this. So there might be possible, like, which number is to, yeah, pick over here. In the next row you should start with something like, considering that if there are 200 numbers in over here, the next you should start with 512, right? Yes or no? Yeah, and then again 200 over here. Then again you should start with 2 into 5 and 2, something like that. Yeah, which is 1024. Hmm? So that is the thing. Like I'm saying, it's not required for smaller cases. It's not required for something like 4 cross 5, like in this case. This would work. But we are considering so that we don't need to, like in this case, we need to calculate that what is my last point? This is 6. What is the next power of 2 after 6? It's 8. I need to calculate all this. I don't want to. You can do that. If you don't want to, then this is the maximum thing, that there can be only 200 number of columns. So it's better to start with the next power of 2 of 200, which is, or you can go with anyone after this, like you can go with 1024, or you can go with anything. So how your actually looks like, it would look like 0 1 2 3 and so on, so on, so on, 5 1 2 and 5 1 3 and so on, so on, so on, so on, and then 1024 1025, so on, so on, so on, so on, irrespective of how many columns are there, how many rows are there. This will always satisfy, right? 2 raised per 9, 2 raised per 10, 2 raised per 12, 2 raised per 13, 14, 15, 2 raised per 200 also we can go. Yeah, we can go. Because there are only 200 rows and 200 columns, right? Yes or no? So that is about it. That's about it what we will do. Now let's do that. So n is there, fine. And yeah, obviously they are satisfying the condition. So this was observational based question. So logic I can straight away write no logic, right? But there is some logic is bitwise, that 1 or 1 is equal to 0. The XOR of 1 and 1 is equal to 0. How to get this 1 and 1? This is observation. Observation is to start with the power of 2 and go all number of columns, and again the next number should also be the power of 2, and that should must be the greater than your number of columns. Okay, so that is about it. So now let's code it. N M N M for int I is equal to 0, n I plus plus, and for int j is equal to 0, j is less than n, not n, j, m, j plus plus. Starting point you have to find out. Int starting point would be something like power of 2 raised power, what I'm saying, not I, 2 raised power, not I, 2 raised power 0, 2 raised power 1, no, 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 2 raised power I plus 9, something like that, right? But what I'm saying, ki for 0 it can be like 0 only, not 2 raised power 0. And then next, so how is that coming? That is coming based on 2 raised power something 9 plus I. Yes, yes. But for 0 it's just 0. So again, the different way to put it is this: your I shifted by 9 digits. 0 shifted by 9 digits is 0. 1 shifted by 9 digits is this. 2 shifted by 9 digits is this, right? 2 and then 9 zeros. Okay. What does 2 shifted by 9 digits mean? Let's see. 2 shifted by 9 digits. What does this mean? In bitwise. Let's try to see out that, right? I feel it would be something like 1 0 shifted by 9 digits. So this would be 2 raised power 10 plus something, 2 raised power 11 plus something, 2 shifted by 9 digits. Let's see out that. let's don't just even take input. Let's just take numbers. Let's say 4. Okay, so there is some lag, I think. Okay, it's 1024. 2 shifted by 9 digits, which means 1 shifted by 10 digits, Yeah, because 2 is nothing but your, you know. So that's what your difference should be. The difference between the numbers should be greater than number of columns. Yeah, 1024 is greater than, like, 1 shifted by 9 digits would be 5 and 2, and 5 and 2 201024. Now let's see, 3 shifted by 9 digits. Is it 1024 into 2, or is it something else? Is it like double one nine zeros? Binary representation of 1536. You should see how you can see this. You can see this using bitset. I'd say 12 would work, is equal to this. String s is equal to string of a, and then you can just see out your string, and then you can give some spaces. Bitset is for sure not defined. Is this defined? I don't think so. This is not defined. But this worked. So yeah, double one and then 9 zeros. 3 and then 9 zeros, yeah. So that's fine, because and then 4 and 9 0 would be fine. Then 5 and 9 zeros would again, the difference would be greater than 1e9, which is 5 and 2. Every time difference is just increasing by 5 and 2. So 5 and 2 into 5 and 2 into 1 into 5 and 2 into 3 into 5 and 2 into 4, that is fine, because you're not having like exactly the power of 2, but still that doesn't make a difference because you have so many zeros. You would always have 9 zeros, and that 9 zeros cannot be covered by your any number, like any number of columns, right? So that is the thing. Starting number is I this. When you say 0 shifted by 9 digits, it doesn't mean anything. It just means And then I would say C out of S plus J. So yeah, C is also nice question, somewhat. In NM, C in NM. Pune more money. Now let's try to sum this up. As you can see, the difference is 5 and 2, which would work fine. I think 200 is just, it's not 10 raised per 9, it's just 10 raised per 8, and even lesser than that, so it's perfectly fine. I think 10 raised per 8 would also work, but not pretty sure though. How would 2 raised power 200 would look like? That is also the question. N into m, n and m does not exceed 2 raised per 5, so b of ij is in the range. Let's try to sum this up. If that's fine, otherwise we'll again do 2 raised power yeah 9. The difference of 2 raised power 9. I think the difference of 2 raised power 8 should work. Submitted to C, running on first test case. Wrong answer on first test case. Let's do 2 raised power 9. Oh, wrong answer because of another reason could have been C out of n into m you have to do. This is the most important thing. First, print the total number of numbers in your matrix, then print your matrix. I'd say problem C, submit. Let's paste this up. Let's submit this up. Again, the problem was very simple. The thing is that at every column there can be only 200 rows. No, at every column there can be 200 elements. So have a gap of greater than 200 so that that doesn't affect you. Like at every point you get that yeah, basically 2 raised power. When you start with 2 raised power something and then the next 2 raised power, so you should start with 0 and then you can only go for 2 raised power 8. You should not go for 2 raised power 4, or basically not if basically yeah, considering the total number of columns, because then this would not always come out to be 1. Okay, in this case it comes out to be 1, but generally when you see the rows which are like the columns which are after some point, you will see that this XOR value can be anything. It can be 6, 7, 8, 9. But the thing is, it should not odd number I think, but yeah, 6, 4, something like that. But the thing is that every row must be identical in some sense, that every row starts with a power of 2 and goes up to the point and then again starts with the next power of 2. The difference between these two power of 2 must be greater than number of columns. So considering the max possible scenarios, which can be 200 columns, and it is accepted with 2 raised power 8 also. You could have done 2 raised power 9, 5 and 2, the difference of 5 and 2 for each row. But yeah, 2 raised power 8 is also fine. So that's